You ever get so locked in on something that the world just disappears? It's like time slows down, distractions vanish, and you're completely immersed. Maybe it was while gaming, coding, painting, working out, or even writing. That magical zone where your brain feels like it's dancing and everything just clicks. That, my friend, is called the flow state. And here's the kicker. It's not some mystical talent reserved for elite athletes or monks meditating in the Himalayas. You can train yourself to enter that zone on command, at will. But first, let me ask you something. Have you ever sat down to do something important? Write that report, finish that chapter, start that project, and somehow, instead of diving in, you ended up deep into a YouTube rabbit hole about why octopuses are aliens? Yeah, we've all been there. The truth is, the flow state doesn't show up when we're passive. It shows up when challenge meets skill, when chaos meets control, and when intention kicks procrastination in the face. So let's decode it. Let's learn how to enter the flow state like a lion enters the hunt, sharp, focused, and unstoppable. Now, science tells us that flow happens in what's called the Goldilocks zone of performance. Not too hard, not too easy, just right. If the task is boring or repetitive, you disengage. If it's too overwhelming, anxiety takes over. But when it's just beyond your comfort zone, but still within reach, that's where flow thrives. Take Michael Jordan. When he was in the zone, dropping shot after shot like it was scripted, he wasn't thinking. He wasn't forcing. He was flowing. That wasn't an accident. That was decades of practice plus challenge plus presence equals flow. Now you might be thinking, cool story, but I'm not Jordan. Here's the truth. Flow is available to anyone who's willing to earn it. And earning it starts with clarity. What's your mission? If you sit down to get some work done, flow won't find you. That's too vague. But if you say, I'm going to write 500 words about this specific idea, your brain knows what to lock onto. Clarity sharpens focus like a blade, and focus is flow's best friend. But clarity alone isn't enough. You need to remove friction. Distractions are flow's kryptonite. Every time you check your phone, answer that notification, or wonder what's for dinner, you're punching holes in your focus. Flow requires deep, uninterrupted attention. That's why top performers build rituals. Writers have sacred writing hours. Athletes warm up the same way every time. They're not just being weird. They're priming their brain to enter flow faster. Your brain loves patterns. Give it one. Now here's where it gets fun. You don't wait for flow. You build momentum until flow shows up. Think of it like surfing. You don't create the wave, but you position yourself, paddle hard, and then ride it like a beast. The first 10 to 15 minutes might feel clunky. You'll want to stop. But if you push through that resistance, you'll find yourself gliding. And let's talk physiology. Your body plays a huge role. Ever notice how hard it is to focus when you're tired, stuffed, or slouched like a gremlin? Hydrate. Breathe deeply. Move your body before work. That's not motivational fluff. It's neuroscience. Movement increases blood flow to the brain. Oxygen fuels focus. Even Navy SEALs use breathwork to stay sharp in chaos. You can use it to drop into flow. Let's make it real. Meet Sarah, a freelance designer. She used to spend hours preparing to work. Coffee, emails, reorganizing folders. Nothing but glorified procrastination. Then she changed one thing. She set a 90-minute timer, put on her flow playlist, and made a rule. No interruptions until the timer buzzed. First week was rough. Second week, she started finishing client work in half the time. Now she blocks out her mornings as flow time. And that's when she makes her magic. No hack, no guru course. Just consistent ritual plus focus, plus respect for the process. Look, flow is a discipline, not a dopamine hit. It's not always magical. Sometimes it's gritty. But when you hit that zone, man, you feel powerful, alive, unstoppable. Here's something you might not expect. Flow also makes you happy. Why? Because in flow, your sense of self fades. You stop overthinking. You become fully present. And that, in a world of endless distraction, is rare and deeply rewarding. So if you want to enter flow more often, here's your battle plan. Set a clear goal. Be specific. Challenge yourself just enough. Not easy, not impossible. Kill distractions. Phone on airplane mode. Browser tabs closed. Create a ritual. Same space, same time, same trigger. Respect the warm-up. Don't quit in the first 10 minutes. Push through. Honor your body. Hydration, posture, and breath are part of the game. You don't need more motivation. You need to make it easier for your brain to lock in. The rest will follow. And remember, flow isn't the goal. Flow is the path. It's the state where the real you shows up. No mass, no doubt. Just you, doing your thing at your absolute best. So next time you sit down to create, build, or grow, don't wait for inspiration. Build your runway, paddle hard, and ride that wave. If this video lit a fire in you, subscribe to Alpha Forge, where we don't chase hype, we forge discipline, grit, and greatness. More deep dives like this are coming. Let's build the kind of mind that can't be stopped. Now go, enter the zone, and forge your flow.